Good evening, users. Do I? Yeah, I need to change that. I'm doing pretty good. It's kind of late, but I got to play. I finally figured out what I was doing wrong with this voice command program I was playing with a few days ago. Naturally, it was human error, my fault. Yeah, there's for some reason, I mean, it's a voice macro thing, but for some reason, there's a setting. Well, here, I can even show you if I can find it. There's a setting right here. Whenever you, like, I'll just show this edit. If you don't have that little check there, it doesn't work. It's that simple. Right, that's what I wasn't doing. If I uncheck that, this command will not work. So what good is, it was like, really? You mean I have to set a setting in this program to tell it I want it to use a voice command when that's what the program is made to do? Oh, okay, yeah. I just got there actually. Yeah, yeah, but if you edit one of the commands, you have to have that little checkbox there. I mean, I was doing everything else. I was naming it and setting the right keyboard command, and uh-oh, can we, yeah. Setting the right keyboard command, naming it, but if you leave that unchecked, it's no good. It's like, okay, but that was the only thing I was doing wrong, and I finally figured that out. And so, yeah, now it works basically just like just like it's supposed to. Yeah, one little checkbox to tell this voice command program that I want to use it as a voice command. I like that should be that should be checked by default. I mean, I get useful. I mean, I have the free version of VoiceAttack, and it gives you like 20 commands, and you know does a lot of stuff. But so far, as far as I can tell, this has all the features that voice command does or VoiceAttack. The only thing it doesn't have is these sound packs, that automatically give you a whole ton of commands specific to, say, this game or whatever. They have sound packs for those. And I don't know much about those, so I can't really say a whole lot, but I'm assuming they're just like a saved profile of all these commands and voice packs, voice sound effects. So I'm just, manually making up the commands for this one. Uh, but I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. You can play sounds, play an audio sound. You can, of course, set any keyboard command along with multiple keyboard commands. I'm just not sure if I need to reset it. Hold on, let's try one. Get up. Get up.
Getting up.
Okay, well that worked. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I doubt that. I do have a few sound clips, and let's see, I have a couple of the basics. I've only made 12 commands here, so, and yeah, have Serenity, which is of course the theme song, Mistake, and Doors. Those are the only one I have in here. And then the rest of them from here down are just, well, you can see the keyboards. They're just regular in-game ones. But yeah, I doubt I doubt I ever get as fancy as his. I mean, I like the idea of having the sound things, but actually, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I was just playing with this little program, doing the sound clips. So I don't really have a plan. Freelancers way out there, huh? Guess I'll reclaim it. Seems to be I need it for a one-way trip there more than anything. So, take the other one.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
The latest build is actually pretty good. Actually, I mean, they've all got their problems, but this one seemed to be a little better for me as far as crashes or stable, being stable. I can't get them to work. Well, on the 325, that might have been me though. I think the last couple of times I tried them, they didn't seem to want to lock. And then I got to looking, I may have been out of ammo. So I'll have to try again. I miss it. Power.
Powering all systems.
Yeah, it seems to work alright. That's the same thing as VoiceAttack, I guess.
Take off. Landing gear raised.
I said I'm really not doing anything in particular, but the standard game plan is go to there and swap ships for missions. So out of habit, that's what I'm gonna do, I guess. Spool Quantum. Engage. Didn't work. Spool quantum. That one's working. Engage. Let's do it manually. Those don't seem to, maybe I'm not doing it long enough on the engage. Now, I don't think they're doing much. The lag seems to be better, but it's still, for some reason, lag really pushes my GPU more than it did. Or warp does, it pushes it. Well, maybe not. I may have relaxed it a little bit. Let's see what I have on engaged. And maybe increase that. That's how long it holds it down. These I only do for a little bit. Yeah, they're not gonna get tons of improvement on anything. My biggie is I'm still seeing. I mean the NPCs are still dancing. The pips are dancing like a yo-yo when you try and combat smaller ones especially, and I think that's it. I think it needs some server side stuff fixed. And I guess that's what they've actually said. They even said something that they're kind of hitting a wall and have to get the server side stuff to continue. So that kind of makes sense. In other words, they can't add a whole lot more until they get the server side OCS and everything. I don't know too much about networking stuff, so I just hope it works. Yeah, pretty cool this little program works. I mean, like I say, I don't know that I'll even use it. I just like to know how they work. I must. Yeah, I do. I have faith that they'll get it working. And these guys, as far as devs go, they're all pretty much rock stars. I mean, that's. People have been trying to tell them they can't do it for 6 years now. Or that it can't be done. Not that they can't do it, but that it can't be done. See if one of the sound files works. Mistake.
It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Mistake.
It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Trying to see if the random works. Mistake.
It's puzzling.
Come on.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Mistake.
It's puzzling.
Alright.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Yeah. Didn't mean to hit that over there. That's actually supposed to be a random, I think. Yeah. It's supposed to have two different possibilities, and it's only getting one. Mistake.
It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Mistake.
It's puzzling.
Mistake.
It's puzzling.
Mistake.
It's
Huh. I'm not getting the second one in the list here. Maybe because I have a space in it. Not bad. Yeah, and it's actually the other one that's listed first, so it's playing the second one in the list. Mistake.
It can only be attributable to human error.
Okay, there we go. That one's a little louder. So do they give me separate volume controls? How does that work? No, I just have one volume for both of them. So it's just the difference in the two sounds. Mistake.
It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Mistake.
It's puzzling.
Mistake.
It's puzzling.
Maybe it doesn't.
I don't think I've ever seen
Anyway,
anything quite like
okay,
this
I'm
before.
Done with that. Door.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
That one doesn't have a... Yeah, the mistake one is actually supposed to random between two files. But it doesn't seem very random. Maybe I don't have enough choices or whatever. Comms. Well, that wasn't what it was supposed to do. Comms. There we go. Comms. Where am I going? There it is. I'm surprised it actually works good once I figured out to click that one check. I thought it was not recognizing my voice or whatever, but that wasn't it. I mean, I already had, I've already got VoiceAttack set up. It worked. Just kind of seemed funny to me that you gotta click a checkbox to make a voice-activated program recognize, guess what, a voice command. I guess it'll do other things. The only reason I could see why they'd want that checkbox. And yeah, it's actually, I did put in a command for it. Anybody's interested in taking a look at it? I said, it's, you know, I don't know how useful it is. It's kind of cool, but it's not like... Did I stop too soon? Yeah. Yeah. Stop too fast. Turned and burned when I didn't need to. Oh, it's... You'd have to say VoiceAttack still may be a better one for a lot of people, because it's got whole VoiceAttack, you know, voice packs and everything that you can get with them. And this one is more like manual setup, but it's not really much harder to figure out. I mean, VoiceAttack's not any easier to set up, really. It's basically real close to the exact same. Well, let's see. The only new components I've actually gear.
Landing gear deployed.
The only new ones I haven't really gotten to test, and those are I'm fixing to, I guess. Is the shields. I bought some of the Guardian shields, but as of yet, that I still haven't managed to buy any of the others, the power plant or the quantum drive. Probably not gonna bother with it. So yeah, I'll go get the 325 and try the shields out. But really, actually, I don't know. It's hard to tell because I don't think I was getting hit much anyway. So I don't have a real good standard of how good the old shields were.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
That uncomfortable silence when you realize you're standing right up against somebody else, some stranger. So yeah, I'm still where I am. I mean, I've got them written on my list as upgrades, but I'm still kind of waiting on the database to update so I can see some actual specs on it. And you know, everybody's saying they're better, but I'm not sure where they're getting their data. You know, if it's just in-game testing or whatever, and that's certainly valid testing. I'm just, you know, but that should show in the database when it gets to win, and if it, I hadn't looked at it in a couple of days. Picking up, so yeah, last time I looked, still hasn't updated. So be nice if they get that updated. I hope that's not abandoned power.
Powering all systems.
I don't know, maybe I will use a little bit. It is kind of neat not having to worry about a button. Sometimes. I didn't even check to see if this thing had my weapons on it. Surely it does. Yeah. They said it stayed, so far it does. Oh, you very good. Very good. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah. I don't. Let me where's the station? Did I lose it already? I didn't go anywhere. How can you lose a space station? Oh, it's got to be where those markers are. There it is. Let's see. I go over here and glad you mentioned that because I had forgotten already. Fuel and reload real quick. Gear. No, I didn't customize the missile loadout at all. I'm not getting any restock. What the heck was that? I just got damaged by something. Wow. I wonder what I got damaged by.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
That's crazy. Try again. Steve, I got no restock. But it only shows one missile, and I'm pretty sure I should have more than that. I'm not getting a repair either. Dodge me. Alright. Well. No, I only ones I've put changed the coolers and the guns so far is all I've changed on this. Need to go get me some more coffee, but I want to get in there so I can claim it before they're stored. And I'd have to respawn it. I may have to try that out if this doesn't work. That's what I'm going to do is claim it, but did I not go anywhere? I love this. How long do you stand in an elevator before you realize you're not moving? Okay, now get me some coffee. Oh, out.
Sorry. Did the allotted time to depart. Turn your ship to...
Sometimes commands like that. I had the same thing with the VoiceAttack. If you have it to too simple a word like map, it may I gotta wait till that resets. 33 seconds. You know, you'll hit it accidentally on occasion. So. Yeah, I'm amazed that little program seems to work as good as it does. Especially after the first time it kind of failing on me. That was that was somewhat disappointing. What the hell? I did run through the computer training again, whatever voice training thing. See if this does it. This should give me more missiles, shouldn't it?
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Well, you know, they have a default database or whatever, so depending on your accent and everything, it'll work without training. But especially with my my southern accent, a lot of the voice software won't work right just because it doesn't recognize my words, slurred or whatever. But yeah, VoiceAttack worked out of the box somewhat. It worked better. I have to admit it was better after. Well, that at least fixed the missing wing that I have. That imploded for no reason. Good, I bet this one would have too if I'd have found that little checkbox. If I'd have realized what that was, it just still blows my mind. You know, that's the only thing the program does. So why would you have a checkbox to activate it? And they have an activate and deactivate button below. You know, there's something else if you just want to deactivate it. You already have that. I still only show one. Okay. Can I get I wonder if that's a, like there just isn't any more here. Maybe I should go somewhere else and try to get some missiles, maybe? Let's do that. I mean, I know that's kind of probably a boring thing for viewers, but spool quantum. Why is it obstructed? There we go. Engage. Spool quantum. Still trying to get this one to work. Engage. No. Okay. Only thing I can think of is it needs higher time. Let's just do 1.5. No, that's way too much, isn't it? Shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. Engage. No, just not gonna work. Alright. I have to deactivate that one.
Quantum drive activated.
There's one I'm gonna add. And be sure to click that down. Uh-oh. See, now that might be a Windows one. Chat. That'll work. There's one that might be useful, just to close that darn window. And there's another one I could add. I said I'm just kind of playing with it. Edit, let's see. Oops, hey was one of my keywords for that little script. Sorry. See if that one works. On screen. Wait a minute, I gotta say. On screen display. Nice. Yeah, that would check it, man. No lie. Because that's the one I get tired of is having, because that, F12 is far enough away from your control hand that it's kind of a thing. On-screen display. Yeah. On-screen display. That's pretty cool. See, there's some, yeah, I could see where it'd be useful, There's a couple of things I might end up adding and using. And have to make me a list or something. I'll forget all the commands until I need them. But yeah, that chat command sounds pretty good. And if you'll notice, like if I'm using it in a sentence, I can say chat and it won't do it. You got to kind of stop chat. See, so I can say chat in a sentence and it won't catch it. But you get as soon as I stop and say just that word by itself, chat. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I could set one. There's one I ought to add, huh? For the cruise lock, whatever you want to call that cruise setting, cruise control, because that's one I don't like the key commands. Hopefully I can get some missiles here, because I know, like, uh-oh, will freeze. Yeah. Oh, wow. You can also set profiles, or save profiles and things like that with it, so. But I mean, I've tried a couple of, like I say, it's not that I even use the voice attack, but I just like finding alternative programs. And this one, I'm just amazed at the wide range of features and abilities. I mean, this thing basically can do, as far as I know, everything that the other can do. But I'm no expert on voice attack. I mean, the one big thing they do have is the big sound packs that you can get that come with all the commands built in and set you all up, and that would be cool. Get up. I don't. That's a good question. Last three times I tried it, it didn't work, and yeah, I probably should have tried it that time. That's just my bad. Yeah, that was my bad, really. Might as well just claim that one. Take the other one. Nice to have two
Your
large
ship has been
ships
delivered to the following landing pad.
just to make a trip across the run. Yeah, right now we got the origin ships, but to be honest, the only big one they give you is the 600. And while I love the 600, I mean, it's not that easy to fly. And I'm sure I'd get used to it if I flew it. But my biggie is the elevators are a little bit glitchy. I always tend to have trouble. Wondering, didn't look like the shields were wanting to come up. Boom, what was that? Hopefully it wasn't me. Chat. Yeah, that one's actually pretty cool. Damn it, the wheel keeps moving. I think that chat one may be the most useful command in there. At least till they get that little glitch fixed. Actually, I wanted to look that up just because this is the website I got that. What I was looking for is this fellow actually does some other stuff. I don't know where I found it at. Okay, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Other free public projects. Here's a Arc survival tool. I'm not sure what the iSystems is, but I guess that's, oh, okay. Microcopter, must be. Okay, then he's got the remote OBS command. That's the one I was kind of looking at. I have to look at that one. I don't know what the tool for Elite Dangerous is. I wanted to look at this one. Okay, this isn't necessarily, well, it would allow you to control OBS from a tablet or a phone, change scenes or whatever. That's as far as I can see. But yeah, but this is a command line version, which is fine. But you know, I'm not gonna stop and type on a tablet. That's not. I'll have to. There are a couple of them where you can that you have WebSocket, and the only reason I kind of was just looking at that is because there are some. Uh-oh, why did I stop? I must have overheated. But there are some with a GUI, with a graphic interface, and basically you can control OBS from a tablet, change scenes, start, stop recording, things like that. Kind of like a, yeah, exactly, but you know, probably a lot less functional than an actual Stream Deck. But yeah, you could get basic Stream Deck functionality with a tablet. I have that. It's kind of like the sound software, you know. I don't really necessarily need it, but I just see this stuff and I want to figure out how to make it work. I don't. It doesn't. It's not about whether I need it or not. It's just I want to see how to make it work and see how it works. I could see me using something like that, like you say, as a Stream Deck. I do have a tablet, but I don't use it much. It's my wife's tablet. She she watches videos and stuff on it. I forget what it was. I saw an OBS, like that, a network usable like that, so you could use a tablet for that, but I didn't follow up on it, so it's just haven't had time to mess with it. Yeah, exactly. At, that's to be honest, that's how anything I know about computers is kind of self-trained just because of that. I like to figure out how things worked. When I was a kid, my mom was glad, once made a statement. You've been tearing stuff up since you were born. I'm just glad you're old enough to start putting them back together. Yeah, when I was about 8 or 9, I'd take anything apart. Yeah. Phones, watches, TVs, it didn't matter. I'd tear them apart and try and figure out how they work. And then by the time I was 10 or 12, I started putting them back together. But that's how I learned anything computer, basically. I mean, I remember when boot discs first came out, because that was a big thing. I mean, it used to be you had to have a floppy drive and a CD to install bigger software. Of course, before then you had to have floppy drives, but You know, there for a while, floppy drives held on for a lot longer than they were necessary, simply because there was actually no hardware or software means to actually boot from a disk, from a CD. In fact, the first ones that booted from CD were emulating floppy disk. Then they finally actually moved to where you could boot directly from a CD. Change the BIOS software, basically. And of course, now you can do it off of USB thumb drives and pretty much anything, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I spent months and months, you know, scouring tech forums and stuff and reading forums to figure out how to boot from CDs. And you know, at one point I had this was obviously back in the Win98 days and everything. I could literally boot my OS from a CD and push it all into RAM so that I could remove the CD and run the operating system basically diskless, you know, without any actual disk for the operating system. Things like that. I just thought that was so neat to be able to do shit like that. I learned a bunch of useless information, I guess. Every now and again I'll have need for something or you know, find something that I learned like that useful. Yeah, well that's actually one of the little things that was just something I'd picked up. I even did installers, like I think INNO seems like that comes to mind as being one of. But you know, they have installers like you would download a program and it can do different things. And yeah, I thought it was neat. I learned how to basically create a program installer that it could do anything. I mean, you know, you'd run the program and it could download, you know, like DX files or whatever if they were needed for the program. You could, you know, write registry entries and all that stuff. And of course, split it up for download. one of the other things you could do with it, of course. But that one's actually pretty common. You know, I think that came out like when the, you know, before we had cloud servers and everything to store files on the internet. The main way to, you know, to deliver files was mailing systems, but most mailing systems had a very limited amount of data you could send in one mail. So all of your compression software like WinRAR and 7-Zip, which is what I use, and others started making it where you could split stuff up like that. In addition to back when it was, you know, if you're doing it over a telephone line, you know, a large file could become a problem just by network issues. You know, you'd lose your connection or whatever and the file would fail. So, you know, if you were delivering a huge file, you know, it's smart sometimes to break it up where that would be less likely.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
But it's a little on the, you know, odd side for the common user nowadays, especially nowadays. With the high speed ISPs, there's no real need to break up large files. You know, between that and cloud servers that you can upload and, you know, and send somebody a download link from, there just really isn't near as much need for that kind of thing. Probably. Oh, lobby. That's probably why I was sitting still last time. Probably have to oh no, I claimed it over there, so I just gotta spawn it. But I guess reclaiming them doesn't refuel them. Either that or for some reason I only have one missile. Maybe I'm missing a component or something. Let me look.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Pad 2. Look. Shouldn't those have like 4 each? Normally have 8. 8 missiles. Let's see what it tells me. Still have 1, I don't know. Maybe my ship's glitched. Pretty ship. Thought that was the cargo button. Oh, maybe this one doesn't. No, let's go cargo. I'd have sworn that was a cargo button. Asked me why I was wanting to open the cargo, but power.
Powering all systems.
Yeah, I still only have one missile. Well, I guess I can test with one.
Launch complete. Landing gear raised. Quantum drive activated.
Yeah, I have to figure out why the engage spool doesn't work. I got it working in VoiceAttack fine, so it should work in this one. Cruise lock. Okay, let's change that. That's too much to say. Sure to click that darn thing or it doesn't work. Cruise. There we go. That'll do. So I don't know how much I'm gonna use it or whatever, but that's pretty cool. And we just need an autopilot to steer it where we want. Huh. Scroll, mouse wheel, everything. Cruise. Missile lock. I had it try. Missile lock. Hey. Worked. Missile didn't seem to do much damage, but doesn't want to kill that thing. Getting ahead a little bit. I've got those Guardian shields on it. I think. Yeah. He's not really moving around much, but the other guys are shooting at me. So that's a little better. Can't believe it's taking as much ammo. Oops. Boosted too much there. Quick, going to the planet side, I can see. I actually like that cruise one too. That's another one that's kind of hard for my messed up fingers. So I guess the missiles work, but for some reason I can't get them refueled. Cruise. Chat. Chat. Where's the button? I didn't even look at the components list I was kind of thinking of buying, but I know I need a bunch of credits to buy them. I might have to stick with the little ones. See how jittery the pips are. That one was pretty bad for a Connie. If I can even hit a Buccaneer.
Drive activated.
Excuse me. Where there should be another, that might be a way out there, but yeah, that was it. Should have went to there, would have been a closer run. Yeah, I hope there's some. I'm not sure why I can't get any missiles. That may be why it wasn't working, but it was. I've had problems. I mean, it just seems like I could click 2 or 3 times, and sometimes it'd work. I kept spamming, and I could get it to work, but it's actually kind of why I did that, because I wanted to see sometimes the emulation. You know, if it's like a hardware thing, if my mouse isn't working right, then an emulation will work. And I did, so that's not good. Maybe I need to try another mouse. It's basically what the program does, just emulates a key press in most of the commands that I've made. Not counting the sound files, playing the sound bytes. Try that one. Gauge. Okay, that worked. There it is. So for a long press, you don't use the click, you lose the key down. Yeah. Darn. I don't remember the recovery this time. Yeah, I haven't had any luck with recovery this patch at all. Maybe infinite load. And woohoo! I actually yesterday ordered the NVMe SSD that I wanted. Well, a small one, but plenty good enough for Star Citizen at least. I don't know if it's hoping that some of these infinite loads and things are that the hard drive I'm running from is causing some of those. Got like a lot of hard drive right now, and I don't know why. Game's not even running. It just stopped. It didn't work again. I haven't had any luck with that. I even seem to recall somebody saying that was turned off this patch. Could well be, I have no idea. And this, I'm pretty certain it'll help. I may actually have to spawn and then kill myself to get it to reload the base. Deleted all the cache, data cache. Get up.
Getting up.
Oh, it's kind of funny since I added the text to speech. Yeah, it's trying to load in. Basically, it's just adding a second command or action, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Best way for me to do it, to get it to load. This is one of those I'm pretty certain that the SSD I'll get next Thursday or Friday will fix, I hope. Why not? I haven't flown a
Your ship
600i
has been delivered to the following landing pad.
in a day or three. Usually runs 6+ on the GPU memory, so it's mostly loaded up. Like it puts me in the game before it has time to load all the GPU memory. So if I kill myself, it just gives it a little extra time. Man, this is pretty shit.
At your service. Core system operational. Landing gear raised. Refreshing shields. Shields at full strength. Shield system power low.
Let's see who. Well,
Quantum drive activated.
what? I don't know where I'm going over there. Let's see. Trying to remember which one's the okay, this isn't it. Some of them will send you to a or used to send you to the drug labs. I don't see them anymore. Yeah, why not? Chat. Chat.
Drive activated.
I think I took the wrong 600 for clearing for hauling boxes.
Drive activated. Quantum drive activated. Drive deactivated.
Gotta drive this one nice and easy. Don't want anybody to spill their martini. elevator or this side. I think it's on this side. Gear.
Landing gear deployed. The only way in this is right here. Sucks. Yeah, this is definitely the wrong ship for this. Just curious, so. Oh, dang it. How does the elevator go up? Oh, it's over here. Uh-oh. Might not matter. Yeah. The elevator is up, maybe? No. Broke up. Oh, there it goes. Okay. This is what I'm curious. Where's the dang building? There it is. Just curious if I can sit them on that darn silly platform elevator and get them up there. Get out of here. The elevator just went up. I didn't ask it to. Might as well go in. Trash out my nice shit with these. Can't pick that one up. You know what? Appears it's gonna work, more or less. Pain in the ass. I didn't get close enough, but that's cool. Well, I'm gonna head out for the night. Get some sleep. I appreciate everybody coming to visit, hanging out for a bit. I'll see y'all later. Have a good evening. I may or may not stream first thing in the morning. We'll see. I have some other stuff I need to get done in the morning. I'll talk to you tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest.